Hello, and welcome to day 2 of Advent of Cyber. Today's challenge is called Santa's Naughty and Nice Log. Let's switch over to our web browser and let's get started. So the story is Santa's Security Operations Center has noticed one of their web servers, SantaGift.com, has been hijacked by the Bandit Yeti APT group. Elf McBlue's task is to analyze the log files captured from the web server to understand what is happening and track down the Bandit Yeti APT group. So learning objectives. Today we'll learn what log files are, understand the valuable information, understand common locations these logs can be found, some basic Linux commands to analyze logs, and we'll be helping Elf McBlue track down the Bandit Yeti APT. So the purpose of log files are that they contain historical records of events and other data from an application. Some common examples are login attempts for failures, traffic on a network, things such as websites URLs, files that have been accessed, password changes, application errors used for debugging, and much more. By making a historical record of events that has happened, log files are extremely important pieces of evidence when investigating. What has happened, when has it happened, where has it happened, who did it, were they successful, and what is the result of this action. For example, a systems administrator may want to log the traffic happening on a network. We can use logging to answer the questions above and given its scenario. A user has reportedly accessed inappropriate material on a university network. With logging in place, a system administrator could determine the following. What has happened? A user is confirmed to have accessed inappropriate material on the university network. When has it happened? It happened at 12:08 on Tuesday, the 1st of December 2022. It happened from a device with an IP address of 10.3.24.51. The user was logged into the university network with a student account, and the user was able to access inappropriate content.thm. What does a log file look like? Log files come in all shapes and sizes. However, a useful log will contain at least some of the following attributes: timestamp of events, the name of the service that generated the log file, and the actual event the service logs. Common locations for log files on Windows. There's a built-in application called Event Viewer. The events are usually categorized by the following: application, security, setup, and system. On Linux, they're typically stored in the /var/log directory. They're categorized by authentication, package management, syslog, and kernel. So looking through log files can quickly contain many events and hundreds, if not thousands, of entries. The difficulty in analyzing log files is separating useful information from useless. Tools such as Splunk are software solutions known as Security Information and Event Management, shortened to SIEM, and is dedicated to aggregating logs for analysis. Listed in the table below are some of the advantages and disadvantages of these platforms. So advantages: they are dedicated services for log analysis. They can collect a wide variety of logs from devices to networking equipment, and the platform allows for advanced in-depth analysis of many log files at once. Disadvantages are that they are expensive to run, they take considerable time to properly set up and configure, and they require training to be properly used. Luckily for us, most operating systems already come with a set of tools that allow us to search through log files. In this room, we'll be using grep to command on Linux. So grep is a command dedicated to searching for a given text in a file. Grep takes an input, a text or value, and searches the entire file for any text that matches our input. Before using grep, we have to find the location of the log file that we want to search. By default, grep will use the current working directory. You can find out what your current working directory is by using pwd. For example, in the screenshot here, it's returning /home/cinematic acd2. If we wish to change our working directory, you can use cd command, change directory. So cd my path here, and then when we're inside that directory, we can use ls to list the files and directories in our current working directory. Now that we know where our logs are, we can begin to proceed with learning how to use grep. To use grep, we need to do 3 things: call the command, specify any options that we wish to use, and specify the location of the file we wish to search through. So in the example below, using grep to look through the log file for an IP address. The log file is located in our current directory, so we do not need to provide a path to the log file, just the name of the log file. So this is grep. We're searching for this IP address and in the file called access.log. In the terminal above, we can see 2 entries in this log file for the IP address 192.168.1.30. We've narrowed down 2 entries from the log file from 469. So some ideas for things you may want to use grep to search for are names of computers, names of files, user accounts, IP addresses, and timestamps. So there are options with grep to enable us to have more control over the results. So some of those are -I, which performs a case-insensitive search. So lowercase hello world and uppercase hello world would return the same results. -E searches using regex, and then -R searches recursively. So it searches all the files in the directory for the value. You can do the command man grep to read the manual for grep and see all the other options that you can use. So for today's task, you'll need to deploy the machine attached to this task by pressing the green start machine button located at the top right of the task. This machine should launch in a split screen. If it does not, you'll need to press the blue show split screen button. If you wish, you can use the following credentials to access the machine using SSH. So you'll need the VPN to do so. Okay, so let's go up here and let's start the machine. Okay, so we now have access to the machine, so let's get started. So ensure you're connected, correct. Use the ls command to find the files present in the current directory. So we can type ls. There are two files, sshd.log and webserver.log, so two. Elf McSkitty managed to capture the logs generated by the web server. What is the name of this log file? That is webserver.log, so type that in, webserver.log. That's all good. Begin investigating the log file from question 3 to answer the following questions. So, complete. On what day was Santa's naughty and nice list stolen? So if you want to see all the contents of the file, we can do cat webserver.log. As we can see, there is a large amount of logs in here. So I'll just do Control C to stop that. So I guess we can start off with grep Santa webserver.log and see what results come up. Okay, Santa's list is here. I'm going to assume that this entry right here is when the list was stolen. So on what day was it stolen? The 18th of November, which was a Friday. So let's see if that's correct. Yep, that was correct. What is the IP address of the attacker? So the Santa list, it was 10.10.249.191. That's correct. What's the name of the important list that the hacker stole from Santa? That is Santa's list.txt. Yep. Look through the log files for the flag. The format of the flag is THM, then curly braces. So I guess we can do grep THM curly brace, and we can recursively go through the files. I guess that didn't work. That's because it's capital. So if you want case insensitive -I, and there it is in sshd.log, there's THM curly brace stolen Santa list. So copy paste into here, submit. So if you found day 2 of Advent of Cyber interesting, there are 2 extra rooms you can do, which is event logs room or the endpoint security monitoring module. That will complete day 2 of Advent of Cyber. So if you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to like and subscribe so you can watch me do more Advent of Cyber 2023 challenges.